Welcome to Yumemakura Kodan with Kyokudo Nanshin. Here there is a comfortable dream pillow filled with soothing Kodan tales for you to relax to. Tonight's tale is a chilling ghost story surrounding famous sword Nikkari Aoe. There is something haunting a village in now Shiga Prefecture, and our hero Koma Shurinosuke takes the sword Nikkari Aoe to fix the issue. Fix it. It is literally his name. There are so many variations on this story, but this is just one of them. So sit back and relax to the sword legend of Nikkari Aoe. Our story takes place sometime in the mid-16th century during the years of Eiroku. In the country of Omi, now present-day Higashi City, Shiga Prefecture, there is a small castle called Mitsuya Castle. The keeper of the castle is Koma Tango no Kami, who is the vassal of Rokkakujote. It was one day that several villagers come to Tango no Kami with a very concerning issue. We wish to speak with our lord. Has something happened? This morning on the outskirts of the village, Ichibei was found in the Ichinobe River under the Yokaichi Bridge. Could he have lost his footing and fallen in? Or maybe was involved in a fight and thrown in? We don't know. There's something strange about the body. We wish for you to come investigate. What? You want me to inspect the body? We apologize for troubling you. Anyway, let me go to investigate. A younger warrior comes forward. He is the younger brother of Tango no Kami called Koma Shurinosuke. Shurinosuke is not only a retainer to the Rokkaku clan, but he's also a distinguished general, and is skilled in Inugami-ryu sword fighting. Shurinosuke, will you go for me? Alright, but be careful. Take at least 2 warriors with you just in case. As you wish, Aniue. Shurinosuke takes along with him 2 spearmen, and they ride out to the Yokaichi Bridge. As they ride up beside the Ichinobe River, they see beside the bridge a stone lantern overshadowed by a very large willow tree. At the edge of the bridge, the villagers were gathered around a grass mat covering poor Ichibei. Koma Shurinosuke. Who can tell me about how the body was found? A villager comes forward. My lord, this man Ichibei was visiting his relatives in Yokaichi, but by evening he had still not come home. This morning we went to go look for him, and found him in the river under the bridge. Maybe Ichibei was rushing home and somehow tripped and fell in the river? Well, the strange thing was, when we found Ichibei in the river, he was tightly embracing that stone jizo over there. The villager pointed at a small stone jizo sitting next to the grass mat. Shurinosuke goes over to the jizo and tries to pick it up with both hands. It's really heavy, isn't it? Where was this jizo before? It was sitting next to that stone lantern. Shurinosuke looks around the stone lantern and finds a small stone platform between the lantern and the tree. Looking around the platform, Shurinosuke could find no large amount of footprints like in a large scuffle. So, in the dark, Ichibei lifts up this jizo and throws himself into the river with it? Why? That doesn't make sense. As Shurinosuke ponders, shh! As the air suddenly changes, he notices the hairs on the back of his neck stand up. He looks around, but there is nothing there other than the villagers. There's something here. It was in that moment the sword that Shurinosuke carried, a sword from Bicchu forged by the swordsmith Aoe, shivers at his hip. It slides out of its scabbard. Shurinosuke grabs at the hilt, pulling the sword back, and as soon as it came, as the air passes on, Shurinosuke turns to the villagers. Everyone, I want you to come get me if something strange happens again. was several days later when in the early morning before the day's first light, the villagers bang, bang, bang on the front gate of Mitsuya Castle. "Help! Help! It's an emergency! Ovumi is drowning!" But the guardsmen scold them. "Hey, it's too early. His Excellency is still resting. Be quiet." As the guards tried to quiet the villagers, from inside, Shurinosuke burst forth in full hunting gear. "Guard, open the gate. I am taking a horse. Open the road." "What? With a horse? But where?" "To Yokkaichi Bridge. I've already told my brother." And with that, the brave Shurinosuke jumps up onto a black horse and with a pshi, speeds off towards the Yokkaichi Bridge. "That thing is still there, huh? I hope I'm not too late." As he rides, the sword Bicchu Aoe again shivers and shivers and shivers in the scabbard. Shurinosuke takes hold of the hilt. I know. I'm hurrying as fast as I can." Pshi! And the black horse swiftly rushes ahead. "There, that thing, it's there." Up ahead of them, at the side of the Ichinobe River, a black mist floats on the wind following the current. From atop the horse, Shurinosuke unsheathes Bicchu Aoe and lowers it to attack the floating mass as they rush closer from the mountain tops. As the morning rays burst out. "Oh, oh!" Shurinosuke pulls on the reins for the horse to stop. With Bicchu Aoe in hand, he jumps off and runs toward the fleeing mist. But as the sun rises, the shadow covering over the stone lantern and the platform next to the Yokkaichi Bridge is lifted. Shurinosuke runs on as the mist slips down onto the river below. No, it's gotten away. Shurinosuke runs over Yokkaichi Bridge, stops midway, and looks over, hoping to attack the shape from above, only to find a young woman tightly carrying the stone Jizo in the river under the bridge. "Oh no, you've won this time. But I will be waiting for you here every night from now on." And so from that night, Shurinosuke leaves the castle every night at midnight and guards the Yokkaichi Bridge. It was on the 10th night. Shurinosuke came to the edge of the Yokkaichi Bridge, jumps off his horse, and looks around as usual. But when he turns his back on the bridge, from behind him, "My lord, come hold my beautiful baby." When Shurinosuke spins around, there standing in front of him was a smiling young woman, her hair flowing down her shoulders and back, seeming to glow in a white kimono. She holds out a swaddled baby to him. "Don't be frightened, my darling. Let our lord hold you. Come." Shurinosuke reaches out to take the baby in his arms, when at that moment Bicchu Aoe shakes and shivers, shivers and shakes in its scabbard. Shurinosuke wakes from his trance and jumps back. You are the monster." In one swipe, faster than a blink, Shurinosuke pulls out Bicchu Aoe and strikes the monster. The woman smiles. Her smile becomes wider and wider until it reaches ear to ear, and in a light brighter than the sun, she and the baby burst and disappear. Shurinosuke left in the dark, still on guard. Did that do it? I hope so, but I feel like it hit something. I don't see anything that it could have hit. If that was a ghost, I wouldn't have hit anything, would I? Not being able to see in the darkness, Shurinosuke decided to wait until morning. He rides back to the castle. The next morning, before heading to the Yokkaichi Bridge, he goes to Kananshoji Temple and asks for a monk. "Something happened last night, and I need your guidance." The two of them head for Yokkaichi Bridge, where a group of villagers were gathered. "What's going on here?" "My lord, look what has happened. The stone lantern and the Jizo have been cut in half." When Shurinosuke looked at the scene, under the shadow of the large willow tree, the stone lantern was horizontally cut in two, and the head of the Jizo now lay at its feet. This surprised Shurinosuke. "I met a woman holding a child here last night. She offered her child to me. When I knew that they were monsters, I cut them with my sword." The monk became alarmed. "There's more than meets the eye here. Someone must know more about this." A woman comes forward. "Yes, there is. My lord, a few months ago, a woman carrying a child was looking for help. She was very beautiful and had a large smile, but we all turned her away because we were scared. By the next morning, we found them here. They had been attacked.
Shurinosuke was shocked.
Why have I not heard about this? You are to contact me or my brother with such things. Why didn't you? The woman shrugged. The monk's still concerned. We need to give them their proper rights if they are to rest. Tell me, where did you put them? The villager pointed to the lantern and the jizo. These things were their gravestones? Such poor treatment. My lord, leave everything to me. I will have gravestones erected for both of them and take care of the funeral service. And so it was done. The 2 gravestones stood between the edge of the bridge and the large willow tree and glistened in the sun's rays.
But can you believe that there is more to this story?
It gets so chilling after this that I can't upload it onto YouTube, so we'll just have to leave it here for now. But I can tell you that no other villagers were harmed at the Ichinobe River. After the incident, the sword Bicchu Aoe was renamed to Nikkari Aoe after the smiling monster it defeated. If you want to see this amazing sword for yourself, you can see it at the Marugame City Museum in Kagawa Prefecture. This was the sword legend of Nikkari Aoe.
Now relax as peacefully as Shurinosuke at Mitsuya Castle or listen to another soothing Kodan tale. I promise not all the tales are as scary as this one. Should you need your dream pillow again to rest your weary head, you can always find it here at Yumemakura Kodan with Kyokudo Nanshin. Dewa, oyasumi nasai.